Hey everyone, this is Parking Shockwave, and today I'll be doing this commentary matchup between Metalfoes, Majespecters versus Dark World. Yes, you guys heard me correctly, that is Dark World. If you guys are not familiar with Dark World, they're a very old archetype. They recently got their own structure deck about 5 years ago, and very own Alan wants to tech in some of the new cards we got from the last set to see how the deck actually working right now in the meta. So, like I mentioned before, he's playing against Metalfoes with the Majespecter engine. So he's going to start his turn by playing Gate of the Dark World. This allows him to banish a Fiend monster from his grave, so he can discard a Fiend monster from his hand and draw one card. This way he can actually activate any Dark World he discards through this effect, because Dark Worlds have a unique trigger effect when they send to graveyard if they're sent through effect. So if you're using it to let's say send to the graveyard through like playing Twin Twister, then you can't activate the effect because it was sent there through cost, not effect. Very unique compared to the Fables. Before he played his drag down to the grave, he did set down all his spells and trap card face down, so it won't be discarded through the effect of drag down to the grave. This way, he can actually force Tucker to send his Dark World monsters to activate the effect. At the same time, he can try to get rid of his key card that would help progress him throughout the whole game. So he did get rid of the Rescue Rabbit, the only monster that Tucker had currently in his hand. So this is a very interesting play that Alan did here, using Soul Charge to bring out his snow from the grave. This way he can use Grapha's effect to bounce that snow back to his hand, so he can special summon the Grapha from the grave. This is the only special summon condition that the Grapha has, and with that he has a 2700 beat stick, while at the same time have another Dark World monster in his hand to order to activate effect later on if he needed to. Alright, so on Tucker's turn, as you can see, he was able to get a set of scales for him to put onto the field, thanks to cards like Dark World Dealing and Drag Down the Grave, and also top decking an actual Metalfoes monster. So he did use the pendulum effect to pop out one of the scales, so he can put in the Metalfoes fusion into his back row. Afterwards, he activated his Pot of Duplicity, allowing him to draw his 2 cards, and then from there he did use his MST that he just drew to destroy his combination, allowing him to search for a Metalfoes monster, so he can actually have a set of scales for him to actually pendulum summon. But Alan did have a response to actually playing his Mind Crush, getting rid of the monster he just searched. But in response to that, Tucker did have the new fusion card, Full Metalfoes Fusion. It's a quick play polymerization card, similar to the El Shadal in the Shadal archetype cards. So this allows him to fuse with monsters on the field and in the face-up extra deck, so he can actually fusion summon into a Metalfoes monster. So he went into the Metalfoes Mithrilium. This is a card that allows you to balance any face-up card or monsters from the field if you return 2 Metalfoes card from your graveyard to the deck. So as you can see here, Tucker did use the effect of Metalfoes to bounce that Grapha back to his hand, so he can actually do some damage. It's the best thing he can do at this point, since he can't really attack over, since Grapha is powered up by the field card, making it 3000, and Metalfoes is just 2600. So from there he's going to end his turn. From Alan's side, he's going to start his turn up by playing Torgai. He's trying to search summon a level 3 monster, which most likely could be the Vanguard of the Dark World, but unfortunately Tucker did have the Vanity's Emptiness to stop the effect from resolving. And from there, he's going to use the Gate of the Underworld to use the effect to discard that Grapha, so he can pop the Metalfoes, and this way he can actually get rid of the Vanity's Emptiness as well, since there was a card that's sent to the graveyard. So as you can see, the game is looking pretty even right now. Alan has a pretty good board on his side. Let's see what Tucker will do from here. So he's going to normal summon his Majespecter Raccoon to get another copy of himself. From there, he's going to activate the Metalfoes Fusion to fusion again into Metalfoes. But he's not going to activate the effect this time. He's going to use it to attack over the tour guide, do some damage. And from there, he's going to end his turn. So Alan decided to start his turn by playing Gate of the Dark World. From there, he discarded his Dark World monster, which I believe he did not choose to activate its effect after this effect was resolved. From there, he's replaced his old copy with a new copy of Gate so he can activate again. Then he normal summoned his Vanguard. This way he has more monsters currently on board with bigger beak stick. And now from there, he's gonna activate his Rogeki that he set down, getting rid of just the Metalfoes, but it activates effect to special summon a Metalfoes monster from the grave. He decided to attack over it, doing some big chunk of damage right now when the Grapha attacked over the raccoon. So again, this is almost a even match, just because they've been going back and forth to doing these big chunk of damage to each other. It's pretty interesting to see that he's playing the Speedroar Terratop, and as you can see, he did not use the effect to search out for any of the Speedroar or special summon like TikTok board from his hand, and I believe that the reason why is because he activated Positive Duplicity earlier in this game. I think from there he didn't have any other Speedroar to search because they were all banished. But luckily, he did have a level 3 Metalfoes monster he can normal summon to go into his rank 3 plays, and from there he did XC summon into his Sword Break, attacking over the Vanguard, and then uses the effect on himself and the Graphos to get rid of. At least that was his plan. But during the end phase, Alan did activate his Gateway to the Dark World. This is a spell card that allows him to special summon a Dark World monster from his grave, but that's the only monster he can special summon for the rest of the turn. It was a great way for him to set up for his next turn to special summon his Grapha from the grave. Even though that you do not require for any levels of Dark World monsters to special summon, you can special summon any level. So he decided to bring back Vanguard so he can just have another monster on board, plus with the Graph, so he can do more damage if he need to, and that's basically securing Alan's victory for game 1. So now we're in game 2, and as you can see, Tucker is going up pretty strong. He did have a lot of Metalfoes monster opening hand, as well as Pod Duplicity to keep further advancing these combo plays that he keeps doing right now. And so right now he did search out 3 back row cards thanks to the Metalfoes pendulum effects, as well as pendulum summoning 4 monsters. From there, he's going to activate the Metalfoes fusion to fuse into the Metalfoes Metronium. And now he hasn't normal summoned yet, and he just drew into his side blocker. It's a very tech favorite card when it comes to Tucker, because he did play in various decks in the past year, and so I do not remember what effects he used to call out when it comes to side blocker, but I believe it could be Grapha or even Gates. But from there, he's gonna set down his Vanity's Emptiness and just end his turn. So he has a pretty good board right now. Just getting a glimpse of what Alan's hands right now, I don't see any way he can actually get around it. So from here, let's see what he's gonna actually do. So with his opening draw, he decided to set down a spell card, and then from there he's gonna activate Drag Down to the Grave, which I was curious why he did that, because he did have a spell or 2 in his hand when he activated that. But in response, Tucker's gonna activate his Full Metalfoes fusion, but in response, Alan's gonna activate his Twin Twister, discarding his Snow and targeting 2 of the cards, and then in response to the Twin Twister, Alan's gonna activate Max C's. So at the end of this, when everything has been resolved, he's going to be drawing 2 cards through his Max C. So from the Full Metalfoes fusion, he's going to be bringing out the fusion monster that can pierce, and then from there, with the combination, he's going to bring a monster from his grave. As you can see, it looks like Alan didn't draw anything that he can get over Tucker's board, and from there he's going to draw again thanks to the Upstart Goblin, but again, he's not drawing anything that he needs. He's trying to go for a tour guide play, trying to see what kind of XC play he can go into, but eventually he realized that there's nothing that he really can go to, so he had to end the game from there. Now we're in game 3, and it looks like Alan does not have a good opening hand. His only plays for this turn is that he's playing Foolish Barrier to dump his Grapha, and then normal summon his Snow to bounce that back to his hand so he can have a big monster on board and setting 2 back rows. He was hoping that he can do a little bit more than that, but unfortunately that's the way of Yu-Gi-Oh! Sometimes. So Tucker is activating his Painful Decision card. This allows him to add a copy of the normal monster he just sent to the grave. He's going to normal summon his Raccoon, searching out for his Unicorn, but in response, when he actually did add that card to his hand, Alan's going to play his Mind Crush, trying to discard a card, which he did, but Tucker will chain his Cosmic Cyclone to the other back row so he can actually go off, not worrying about anything that Alan had to stop from his side. As you can see, this is basically the same thing we saw in the last game. He did open up with a bunch of monsters to keep them helping him bring these cards to his back row so he can bring out some of his more powerful fusion monsters, as well as bringing out a lot of monsters to pen summon with. This is a great way for him to just get rid of Grapha without even tagging over it if you really want to. But at the end, this is basically a game. Alan does not have really much play, just like again in the last game, that he won't have much option to actually get rid of this big of a board. So that's pretty much my time for today. If you guys enjoyed this matches, please let us know. I really did enjoy watching this match just because of I really like to see Old Archetype being played again, even though they might not have the same power as they were back in the old days. But some tech cards could really do help out and progress just for even for when it comes to a casual game. So this is pretty much it. This is Park 15 Shockwave signing out.